I've been watching Lord of the Rings, and I honestly think that Rachel may cite some of the things I've discussed while we were watching Lord of the Rings as part of our divorce proceedings if we ever
Oh my
work.
God, David, no one cares. Nobody cares because if you look at the time, it's the Chainsaw Minute.
I'm David, and this is your dose of Chainsaw Man. You can join us every Friday where we see what masterpiece Fujimoto put out.
I'm Jordan, and if you're looking for regular Shonen Flop goodness, you can find our next episode to hear our full thoughts on Saint Muscle featuring Casey Green this Monday.
Hells yeah.
Oh my God, Casey Green, this is fine, dog. Dick Butt King.
Anime Club
Legend.
Little sneak peek, we may have created a new rating for how to rank Saint Muscle. You're going to have to listen and find out, because this, Jordan, I think you'd agree with me, was the most manga of all time.
It's kind of like how JoJo is simultaneously extremely anime and not like any other anime ever made. It's kind of like that.
Yeah, which makes sense that Araki was directly inspired by the artist of Saint Muscle.
Yes.
Anyway, though, you can tell that was a fun one. These recordings are open to everyone, so listen and chat along with us on the Shonen Flop Discord every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern when there's a new chapter out. Find a link to it in our show notes or on our site. And a big shout out to everyone listening in right now. We love people joining in for this recording, but what we don't love is our devils this week. So, Jordan, what was your devil this week?
My devil this week was the 30s devil because I am in my 30s. I sneezed and threw my back out.
Ugh.
And I'm in terrible pain.
I am very sorry to hear that.
How about you?
Oh, I know that. My shoulder's been hurting for the last 3 weeks since I heard it at the gym. Mine was the PySpark Devil. I'm doing a project for work using a tool called Databricks where I have to use PySpark. And there are some weird quirks of PySpark versus Pandas that I learned the hard way. So I had to redo a bunch of shit.
God, people who don't know anything about Python are very confused when you say there are issues with PySpark versus Pandas. Fucking Pandas.
It's a real zoo in there. All right, but Jordan, enough about that. The plot summary for
Chapter 156. Whup, 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 whup. Split, split.
That's really the title of the fucking chapter.
Fujimoto does it again.
King of chapter titles.
Yes. All right. And what happens in this chapter, Jordan?
Oh my fucking God, this chapter. Denji wakes up in the hospital, very confused to find Yoshida there. Yoshida says he doesn't know where Nayata is and that Denji's been out for a whole fucking week.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me.
It's been 1 week since I ran from the mob. Denji passes out again as Yoshida speaks with other Public Safety Division agents, including Fumiko.
Fuck you, Miko.
God, fuck Fumiko. All my homies hate Fumiko. Especially this fucking chapter. Damn. Decision has been made to dismember Denji. And Fumiko's excited because she wants a souvenir. Like, she's gonna fucking take his hair or nails. What if... God, I almost loved her, David. There was like a couple chapters I was like, oh, you know what? I'm kind of understanding Fumiko a little more. I'm kind of getting on her side. No, fuck Fumiko. Denji has a dream where he tells Pochita that he's got to save Nayata, and Pochita asks him, how's he supposed to do that without his legs? Popcorn David.
My leg!
Oh, God.
We see the waking world that Dennis is currently strapped to an operating table, having his limbs amputated by various surgeons. So far, they've managed to cut off his right leg, which, based on what he said, it may have not been the first time they cut off his right leg.
Oh my God, I didn't even put that together.
Yeah, because he was like leg 37 or something.
I took that as some kind of like doctor notation, like that's where they cut it at. I don't know.
He's a regenerating boy, you know?
Yeah.
There's some public safety dude with an eye patch who's not a wolf, though.
Well, you don't know that, David. We haven't seen his power.
It's true. Imagine he has the wolf devil. When a doctor asks him to leave, and he's like, well, I gotta kill Chainsaw Man if he tries to run. And the doctor's like, take a war to get in here. Cue to a shot of Asa's legs and Fujimoto fucking... If there was ever a time to say peak fucking fiction, it's right now.
I was like, oh man, it's gonna take a war, and then I saw someone's legs, and it was like, oh, that's definitely Asa, because I get what he was going for, David. I get what he was going for. Oh my God.
Jordan, I don't say the word Kino lightly. That is Kino.
Yes, you do. You do, but for once you're right.
We have audio reports saying that is actually Kino.
Martin Scorsese has weighed in on this.
Yeah, well, if all the feet focus, it might have been more Quentin Tarantino.
Oh, God.
So, Jordan, why was this week's chapter a 10 out of 10?
This is like the most terrifying Chainsaw Man chapter ever.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
Yeah, this reminds me of Aijin, Demi-Human, where there are people with super regenerative abilities and they literally amputate like them over and over again just to be able to run experiments on them.
This reminds me of Fire Punch.
Oh, God. I was actually talking about Fire Punch today. I forgot there's a trans man in that series, and it's like, I can't really think of other trans men in manga.
Well, there is one in JoJo very briefly.
Is there? Who in JoJo is a trans man?
In part 6, they're just like, whoa. Like, for some reason, Jolene just runs into this guy, and they're like, oh, man, believe it or not, he was a woman before, but that's why he's in the women's prison and stuff.
Representation matters.
Oh, such great representation. Great job, Araki. And then, there's the famous thing in part 6 where, like, that one guy, Atsuki, you know who I'm talking about, where it was like, there was that one character in part 6, famously, Anasui, who the first time Araki drew him, he was just, like, he had tits and was clearly supposed to be a girl.
Yeah, and then he was like, I need another dude.
Yeah, well, Shonen Jump, according to rumor, was like, you can't have a lesbian relationship. You can't do that. So he's like, fine. He's a man. Get off my back.
Yeah. So anyway, though, back to this. Just making push a bit. The start of the chapter is like, hey, you're finally awake. I hope someone makes that Photoshop with Yoshida.
What's that for?
It's from the start of Skyrim.
Right! Okay, I played Skyrim like once, like 5 minutes of it. I forget how Skyrim goes.
Making me think about how when I'm watching Lord of the Rings, Rachel does not recognize a single reference in any of the movies, and it's insane.
Right, you've mentioned that she has somehow avoided the entire Lord of the Rings zeitgeist.
Yes, she may be the last person to watch Lord of the Rings that was born before the movies came out to understand nothing. She didn't know what an orc was. I'm getting distracted. Anyway, Jordan, what was something that really excites you about this chapter?
The ending fucking blew me away, where it was like, oh my god, war, it's awesome. It got me so psyched, got me so pumped. Hell yeah. Also, like, man, I don't know if they mean this is the 23rd leg.
Jordan still thinks about that thing.
I don't think that's what it means.
He has regenerative ability. I mean, we'll find out.
But then what's the point of even trying if he's just regenerates? Like, I feel like he's not gonna...
Well, he runs out eventually.
Because I think he has to be awake and consuming blood. I think that's the main thing. Like, he has to turn into Chainsaw Man to regenerate. So...
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
This chapter would definitely not have run, though, in Weekly Shonen Jump.
Not at all. I do think it would be really funny if it's like they just have like 20 bags of Denji's legs.
Yeah.
Who knows?
That's what I'm thinking. It's also, this chapter really kind of shows the difference in tone of part 2, where I feel I've seen a lot of criticism where people say part 2 is a lot slower. In this, definitely, I feel like we've had like a 5 or 6 chapter trend where it's a lot of it's just build up. Like, yeah, there's some action, but it is really interesting how this different online format, and Fujimoto knowing Chainsaw Man is very safe, really has let him kind of just be much more experimental and stretch out concepts instead of those insanely fast pace that we've seen in a lot of Chainsaw Man. Not to say we haven't seen that, but this is a very different kind of stretch of Chainsaw Man than we saw in part 1.
Chainsaw Man part 2 is like a very different kind of manga than Chainsaw Man part 1, yeah. I feel. I do feel like part 1 is still stronger because, I mean, it's fucking goated, but part 2 is really good, and this chapter is fucking amazing. This is like holy shit. The moment when Pochi just like, how are you supposed to do that without your legs, was like, oh my god, fuck, and then it just shows him on the goddamn operating table. That is terrifying.
Yeah, I just also, where the fuck is Kishibe?
Is Kishibe still alive?
I don't see why he isn't.
I guess that's true. I mean, maybe it'll turn out he's dead.
He talked to Dennis in the last chapter of part 1.
True. Maybe it'll turn out he's dead. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah. Oh, man. I'm still thinking how Fumiko is the fucking worst.
Fumiko is the fucking worst.
Fucking useless devil.
You do need to be insane to work in public safety, I guess.
Yeah. And then my last thing I want to say is it's just so cute how much he cares about Naruto over anything else.
No.
He really, really loves her.
Yeah. Like, he woke up and his first thought was, oh no, where's Naito? Oh no. Very sweet.
Yeah. Do you have anything else?
No. My back hurts.
It's okay. I believe in you. Well then, Jordan, I want to say thank you so much for all of your hard work on the show.
Thank you, David, for all the work that you do putting the show together.
And then I also want to say you can find us on Twitter at Shonen Flopcast, Tumblr Shonen Flop, Shonen-Flop, our website shonenflop.com. We're also on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, wherever else you get your podcast. Props to Shannon for the awesome cover art. Find her online at illuminyatea. As a reminder, you can join us recording every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time when there's a new chapter. Find a link to it in the show notes or on our site. Stay tuned for Monday as we give our full thoughts on Saint Muscle with the one and only Casey Green. And Jordan, actually there was a really common theory, which based on the stockings of the legs, a lot of people think that there's an argument that it's about.
No, I don't care. No, do not say it because I'm looking at the clock at the Chainsaw Minute. It's past. God damn it. Bye.
Bye.